Hi folks, it's Elisa again. I wanted to go over part of the assignment Energy Skate Park. There's a portion that seems to cause people some trouble, and so I want to see if I can support you on it. So on the second part, or page 2, it talks about double well, and here's our simulation, and the directions say click reset. So what we're going to do is you're clicking reset from what you had before, and that's where you get to this guy. Click the pause button at the bottom of the window. I'm going to stop him. Up here under tracks, select double well roller coaster. Check the box next to potential energy reference, and it says there's a blue line. Drag the blue dotted line up so it's the height of the lowest part of the track. I think you have to grab over here. That's where I've been most successful. And I'm going to put it right here, the lowest part of the track, which is C on the diagram on your handout. The directions say, before starting the simulation, make the following predictions. At which lettered points will the skater be moving the fastest? So you want to make your prediction, but let's see how you can really figure this out. One of the things I'm going to do is, this is the simulation speed, and it'll go really quickly, and I'll be trying to look at stuff. I'm going to really slow it down because there's no reason for me to go that fast. Okay, so here I have my guy going in all these different directions. So notice down here, potential energy equals 0 at this dotted line. That already gives you part of an answer. So you decide when you think he's going to be moving the fastest. If you want to speed it up, go ahead so you get a sense of fast. And when you're putting letters in the boxes, you can just put the end result letters, not your prediction. I'm going to slow them down because I'm going to show you a couple really cool things. Don't be afraid to click on these graphs. So if we look at energy and position, this may make some sense to you, or it may not. What this shows is I've clicked on kinetic energy, potential energy, and total. I'm going to take total out. Let's leave total in for a second. Let's just look at this graph. Now, if this graph is confusing to you, I'm going to show you another one in just a second. Kinetic energy is the green. So we can see what's happening. Kinetic energy 0 goes back up. Kinetic energy comes down, back up, and down. Something interesting happens here. Look at the shape of just the green line. Let's look at just the green line. Look at the shape of just the green line. Kinetic energy. When he's at his highest, the kinetic energy is lowest. It's the double well upside down. Now we're going to make some more sense out of this. Potential energy. Notice what you see. What's the shape of this graph? The shape of this graph is exactly the shape of the movement of the skier. I'm going to show you a different graph, though, that may be much more helpful to you. This one is the bar graph. I'm going to move it over here where you can see it. We're just going to let our guy keep running because we know what he looks like now. I'm going to take thermal off. Here's what this is saying. The total energy is always the same. Remember, energy is neither created nor destroyed. But notice what happens. We're going back and forth between potential energy decreases. It's at its lowest there, comes back up again, goes back down, and goes all the way back up. So you can follow just one of these bars and say, where is the potential energy the lowest? It's lowest at this point. Potential energy is based on position. He's at the lowest point here, and therefore that's his lowest potential energy. We also know that because this dotted line represents potential energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of movement. So whenever he's moving, he's got some kinetic energy. The only time he doesn't have any kinetic energy is when he's stopped. So here he comes down. Kinetic energy is the highest here, back down, high, and back down. So he's going fastest here at C. That's where his greatest kinetic energy is. And this graph is just a really cool way to look at it. This is the bar graph. As you go through this, you can use the graph to help you. But really pay attention and slow this down, because when he's going really fast, it's like, yeah, all I see are bars jumping up and down, and I'm trying to figure out potential energy and kinetic energy. So go ahead and slow it down, and every single question you can answer by just stopping, looking at a graph, whichever one you want. Energy versus time is not that critical to you. If you like energy versus position, if that works for you, that one's available. Bar graph, this is the one that usually helps people the most. Thermal is just an energy that we're not looking at. It's present, but we're just not considering it in the questions right now. So take a look at that, see if it helps you. That particular page and series of answers, people have a real trouble trying to work through. So use this simulation as slow as possible. Thanks. Bye.